Hello everybody, good evening, we are live. My name is David and I'm live for Elizabeth Craft Designs today. Hello everybody, happy Friday! It's Friday Play Day. And yesterday it was Thursday Play Day. So it's Play Day every day now. I love that. So good to see you all, Lots of people coming in already. I see Anja, Yvonne, Dimfna, Femke, Sil, Mina, Ans, Ivor, Dorothy, Toril. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Good that you're here, spending your Friday evening with me. And we're going to have some fun. I'm going to give people some time to come in. And while we're doing that, hi, Jose. While we're doing that, don't forget to like, share, and comment to be able to win the $50 gift certificate that will be announced next Monday. I don't know who's doing the live actually. I think it's else Monday. I don't know. But anyway, that will be announced on Monday. And yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. Hi Celine. Hi Marianne. Hi Renee. I'm just going to be playing. No ATCs today. Camera's driving me crazy. It's going, keep going back this way then. That's better. I'm gonna make an art journal page today, but with a fun technique that you can use for cards, for art journals, for planners, for anything you want. So that's gonna be fun. Hello Honora, hello Ans, hi Sandra, hi Jackie, Rose. Marianne, good to see you all, Well, today I'm going to get my hands dirty. I'm going to be playing with fresco finish chalk acrylics. Love that stuff. Been playing with it yesterday actually, but made some fun ATC cards. Today I'm not going to make ATC cards, I'm going to make an art journal page in a completely different technique. Hi Terry, thank you for liking, sharing and commenting. So let's switch the cameras around so we can have a look at my desk. So, hi Isa, Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, just me being lazy. Hi Miranda. Hi Petri. Good to see you all. Hi Sylvia. What you see here is the square TN. We've got 3 sizes in the Art Journal Specials collection. Next week, I promise I will do a video on all 3 journals and explain the differences, etc. This is the smallest journal we've got in the collection, and this particular one I call my play journal. And this is a journal where I just play, try out new techniques, and then I flick through it and I think, how on earth did I do this? So yeah, it's cool to figure out and to test things out and just play and have fun and don't think too much about what needs to happen, or just let go with the flow. So this is my play journal. It's nearly full. Ooh, this one is cool. Has old book paper in the back. Watercolor stuff going on here. Love that. This was Anja's collection. And this was the last one I made with that. So I've got some plays left. So I'm going to play in that. Well, next week, Sandra, and you've got my phone number, so if you have got any questions, give me a call. So that is the journal that I'm going to be playing in. So for that, I need a base page. And the base page I've got out of this set, which is called, let me turn that around. It's this die, and this one is called Timeless Rounded Corner. It's a fun little set, and this is the base page for the square TN. So, and next to that, I'm going to be using some elements from the Ticket to Fly Free, the 2033. But that's for later, but I'm going to use some die cuts from that. So without any further ado, let's dive in. So I've got my base page here. That's that. Yes, Renee, it's Friday Play Day. I'm going to use this stencil. This comes from the Journal Stencils 1. Hence the 1 on there. I've marked my stencils so I at least tell you which ones I'm using. That might help, right? Because I forget which set they were in. So these were Journal Stencils 1. This beautiful doily is in there. I'm going to use that. And I've got a piece of watercolor paper that I'm going to make as well to die cut from. So that was going to the side. I'm gonna need the stencil in a second, but first things first, I'm gonna play with the paints. Now, I'm gonna use a sponge to apply the... Hi Stephanie, thanks for liking, sharing and commenting. Hi Diane. I'm gonna use a sponge to apply the paint. You can do it with a brush, but I find that you can blend a slightly bit better. So this was an old makeup sponge from a career a long time ago, and I have loads of these, so I just cut it like that. You can also use the cut and dry foam, or cut and dye foam. I don't know, what is it called? I always mention it wrong. I think it's this stuff. I'm not sure. It's cut and dry. I'm not sure it's available still, but well, we'll see. I might be using that today. I haven't tried that yet, but the sponge might work as well. So I will see. I will see. Some foundry wax more towards the end. These are the Paper Artsy fresco finished chalk paints, and what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to put them this way, and I will just put some colors onto my... I don't know. I just showed it. It's what it calls from Ranger. I don't know what it's used for. I use it for blending sometimes. I'm just going to put some of the colors on my desk here. I can always get more, but so I've got a light, a medium, and a dark of the blues. Then I've got a lighter brown that I'm going to use. These are all... No, this one is opaque, this one is semi-opaque, which is nice to play with. This one is an opaque and a semi-opaque, so that helps as well. And this one is semi-opaque as well. So that's going to be fun. We've got different opacities going on here. There we go. There we go. So now I've got all the paints on my little desk here, and I'm gonna use my own sponges first. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick up that color, work it in the sponge. Just stick to the lightest color first. Yeah, these are the fresco finish paints, these. And I'm going to start here at the corner with the blue. Just bringing that color on. And I'm working in sort of triangular... Oh dear. So, there we go. Don't pick up the dark blue yet. That's coming later. So I'm dabbing and I'm brushing, just trying to make a background. This is going to be a background, and then we will do some more fun stuff with the paints, but first we need to do this. And it's going to look like a hot mess in a second, but that'll be fine. Okay, that's that. So I'm going to take another one. Don't pick up the darker blue, do I? No, sorry, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I need to pick up the light brown first. So I'm going to put that down. So corner to corner, and then towards the middle. Now these paints dry really quick, so blending them is not going to be perfect, but it's not important at all at this moment in time. I just need a bit more of the light blue. Thank you, Raidun. I'm just gonna come in and blend that a bit with that brown, like so. Again, doesn't have to be perfect at all, because we're gonna build up layers on here as well. So that's gonna work out fine, but I just want a bit of a blend here. And just doing it in a sort of circular motion helps as well. Just blending that in a bit, softening the edges fairly. So now it looks like a hot mess, right? It's nothing yet. We're going to build up on that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my darker blue and I'm going to work that into my sponge and just go over that. And I see I've picked up some of the dark blue. We can just blend that in. And this is a semi-opaque, so what you will see is that the just need to fix this. There we go. What you will see is that the lighter blue from underneath is coming through. And I'm also overlapping here a bit. Just like that. So I'm just building up different layers. Now I don't want to go to the dark brown yet, so I'm just going to come back in with that lighter color and just work that in a bit as well. And now it's coming together better already. It's already starting to layer up. Now ideally I would come in now with a darker brown, but this one is too dark for that. I don't have all the colors, so yeah. I ordered them, but they didn't come in on time. So no, we'll work with what we've got, right? Because we can always blend. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of this dark and some of this light, work that together like so, and then I'm going to cover the layers here. Just by combining the two. Like that. And I'm just dabbing and swirling and don't you have that in Norway? And I'm not sure you can actually see it, but because these are, exactly, it's always sand and water, but you can really start to see the buildup of layering because we're using semi-opaque paints to create depth. And that is what's happening now. Now I don't want it to be too dark, so I think what I'm going to do now is take that dark brown and just going to go around the edge as you would with a distress ink, just darkening up the edges. Like so. Just, yeah, I'm just playing fairly, getting my hands dirty. Oh, it's not that bad yet. Look pretty cool. I'm going to take some of the darker blue and do the same here at the blue areas. Blending that a bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to my light brown, really work that in and brighten this up a bit, because it's a bit too dark for my liking, but that's the beauty. You can just knock it back a bit. Okay. Now I do want to bring in a third color, because what happens with that brown that we mix in with the blue makes a certain green. So I'm just gonna take a bit of that green paint, work that in my sponge, and very lightly introduce that here, just to brighten it up in some areas. Very lightly. But it again adds depth to that background. And yeah, creates another layer. Can you see that? Cool, right? With that different color introducing. Coming back to the lighter blue, I'm just gonna put some areas on there. This is too much, but that's the beauty. I can take a baby wipe and just take that off. Just lightly putting some lighter patches on there as well. I think that is pretty cool. So I'm using the sponge, I'm using my fingers, just creating a fun background. And you just continue until you're happy with it. That's fairly what it is. It is a hot mess, but it will all come together. But I do love this. It's nice and how do you say that? There's a lot of depth in it. So let me just clean this up, because I know myself, I will completely destroy my project. So, okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my stencil and I'm going to place that on there. Just lining it up. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. He says while he's fiddling around, fuffing. There we go. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to try the cut and dry foam. It's funny how people see different things in it, right? Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the dark brown and I'm going to put that through my stencil. Holding my stencil down. And this is a semi-opaque, so I need to really work it. This was the one I used. Oh, this one. David. So just bringing that in. And because it's a semi-opaque, you can still sort of see through it. So it adds to the depth. So just work that through that stencil. And I'm just dabbing it on through all the nooks and crannies. Okay, that is beautiful, but we're not done yet. By all means, I've only just begun. I just need to clean off my stencil. Like so. Dry that off. Because I need that in a second, so that's why I'm cleaning it. And it's acrylic paint, so that needs to be taken off immediately. Right, I'm just gonna dry this now. But I'm looking at the screen now and I see the depth in there. It's really... Which Carpenter song? Oh, I've only just begun. Yeah, got you. Sorry. Yeah, but I need it now, Doris. I need to do another thing with it. So that's why I've cleansed it now. Cleansed it now. Cleaned it now. Whatever. You know what I mean, right? I hope you know what I mean, because otherwise I'm just rambling around. If I don't make sense to anybody. So this needs to be dry. Just see a bit of shine there. There we go. Okay, now coming back in with my stencil, and I'm going to line that up. But I'm just going to shift that to the left ever so slightly and up ever so slightly. Like so. And then I'm gonna, decisions. I'm gonna take ochre, because ochre is a yellow. Yellow and blue make green, and yellow and brown go together as well. So that's why I'm taking the ochre, but I do want something lighter and a translucent. And this one is translucent. So yeah, that's why I want that one. But you can do it with a more opaque one, that's no problem. But I like the effect it gives, and you will see that in a minute. And I'm just going to cover this up again. So, repeat myself. Oh yeah, I wash my stencils after the life. But when you need it immediately, it doesn't make sense to throw it in a bin for me. And I don't have space on my desk at the moment for a bucket. That's also the truth. So just working in that yellow. Just pressing it in. I'm not swirling in this case because then I will take it off a bit. So that is that done. Okay. And then look at what happens. You see through the yellow, you can still see the brown a bit, but you created a sort of a shadow layer behind it. This is cool. So I'm going to put that to the side. Let me clean this up. This can have a... If the baby wipe wants to work with me. Oh, there's another one. I'll use that. And some water. And I will just quickly wipe this off. And then I'll do a proper cleanse in the in the sink after the life. But so there we go, clean enough. Up. There we go. Now this needs to dry, obviously. So I'm going to put that to the side while I work on something else, because I need something to die cut my goodies from. Where did I put my... oh, here it is. I know I grabbed my brayer. So I'm going to do a technique that I did yesterday during my live. If you've seen that, sorry. It's going to be a bit repetitive, but yeah, that is what it is, right? So I'm going to use my brayer, load up that paint. And start off the paper and just brayer that color on. Just like that. This is a really fun technique to create a background as well. So I'm staying in horizontal and vertical lines. I'm not going diagonal. Okay. Next I'm taking my... I'm just going to put a blob of the paint here. There we go. Just a little bit. And I'm just lightly going through that paint, just flicking through without any pressure. And I will do the same here, lightly, so hardly any pressure, and flick over that. So I'm just going corner to corner. And then filling in the centers a bit. And again, this creates great does it crack or flop? I've never had that happen. And you know what, guys? I'm making art. I'm crafting. I'm not making art that should hang on the wall for hundreds of years. So, to be honest, I really don't care that much. Going back to the lighter a bit. Just knocking that back a bit, but I will knock it back anyway in a second. So, but no, I've never had this crack on me or flake off. So that's that. Now I'm going to bring in a slightly darker color, not slightly, a lot darker color, and I'm just gonna very lightly go over that paper to. But again, it will give layers to the project. And that's what this is all about, making layers. There we go. Now, next I want to introduce a tiny bit of that green that we've used on the background as well. Completely different color scheme than I did yesterday, but that's the fun bit about it, right? Yeah, and I'm not going to be too bothered because I'm going to die cut from this little things, tiny little things. So I'm just going to introduce some of that brown now. Just the tiniest blob I put on there. I really don't need much. I'm just gonna layer that on there because browns and blues, oh, yummy. Now this is a bit more of a beige, but light brown. But I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's got, you see all the yummy layers, so love that. And last, I think, yeah, last but not least, I'm going to use a bit of that yellow that we've used on the stencil. I'm pointing over there because that's where it is laying to dry. So now I'm just introducing that yellow, and because I'm doing that over the blue, that will become a bit greenish as well, as this is a transparent. So I did like that bluish hint, or the greenish hint on there, so I'm just going to pick that up ever so slightly, and just where I see some open spaces, I will just put that. And I think I'm just going to knock that back a bit. So when you are near the end, and if you see the depth in there is, I love this. This would be a great background for an art journal. I'm just going to grab some of that the lightest blue that I've got here, which is called sea glass. And I'm just going to pick that up on my brayer, work that on my mat. And if you think, okay, it's good, but it needs to be knocked back ever so slightly, go back to the lightest color you used, or even use a white, and go over it again. And you see, this knocks it back a bit without destroying all the layerness goodness that we've made. So just let me clean off my brayer, because, well, don't want to ruin that. And clean this up a bit. I'm not going to be scrubbing it now, but I just want to make sure I'm not ruining any projects. So I need a bit of paper to grab my paints, because I'm done with the paints now, so these can go to the side. Just bear with me while I clean up my mess. Okay, dry this off. Now this needs to dry, because I'm going to die cut from it. I need to dry it. So that is going to be quite tricky, because it will stick to the die because of the paints. Ideally you would do this, make this the day before, and then die cut from it. But yeah, I did not do that. So we're just going to literally watch paint dry. But the depth in this is stunning. Okay, put that to the side, because this needs to be completely dry for what I'm going to do to it next. Because this one's not done yet. By all means, it's not done. I'm going to do way more. No, not way, but I'm going to do some more to it. And these chalk paints, they dry really quickly, so I'm not too worried about it. I just want to give it a blast of heat. Okay, now, what I'm going to do, I've got a sanding disc here, just sandpaper. It's a UK-based company, Paper Artsy, so I would guess it would be sold in the UK. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that sanding disc and I'm just going to destroy it. But that's going to really give it a vintage look. So I'm first doing normal horizontal lines. Yeah, the light blue really pulls it together. So, and then I'm going to do circular motions over the stencil part mainly. And then what happens, let me get a clean baby wipe. And that's the fun bit. You can do that because it's acrylic paint. You can just wipe it off, wipe all the dust off. Yeah, you can use sanding paper, but I have these sanding discs on my desk. Normal sanding block or nail block or yeah. Thank you, Astrid. These are the sanding discs from Distress, from Ranger. They sell them like this. Since I'm lazy, I don't make my own. I just buy what's there. So, but if you have a more harsher grit, you just be more careful. You think you can use any. But look at what that sanding did. See, you see the grunge it added to it? So, next I'm going to take one of these new mini daubers that I love and take the no, I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to use my frayed burlap first. I'm just going to go around the edge and bring in that color a tiny bit. Just to brighten up the center in a way. I think we all have that, Femke, that we have stuff laying around and never used it. That's why I try to come up with new things every time, so that I use everything I've got. And especially in something like a plate journal, you lower the bar for yourself. So that's that, and then I'm going to use this new color, which is called Scorched Timber. And I'm just going to go around that, and this is a really dark brown, but I think this is a match made in heaven with frayed burlap. So yeah, I just love that look. So the dark edge and then the sanding disc used really, yeah, made this page pop, I think, and makes it look vintage. Vintage and grungy. And I love that. Yeah, this is also new. So, yeah, this is cool stuff. That's that one, that's that one. Okay. These can go to the side, but I'm still not done. Because I want to do some stamping around here. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to eyeball, and I'm going to sort of make half circle out of my paper towel, and I'm going to cover up my stencil bit with that, like so. Then I've got this stamp that comes from the Journal Dates and Months, the CS293. That's this one. You see, it's well loved. And I'm going to go down the rabbit hole again. Where is, I had it on my desk a minute ago. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I'm going to use archival ink again. Because, well, a man's got to torture himself, right? Got a piece of copy paper here. And I'm just going to ink this up first. And I want a second generation stamp. That's why I've got the copy of paper here. So I'm just going to put that there first. And then I'm going to put that right there. And I'm not putting it on the block. I'm just pressing it on there. And it worked. I don't know if you can see it, but look, it just gives it some texture in the background. That was the goal. I don't want it to be perfect. So pressing it off and just bringing that in there. And I'm going to do the same on this side, just bringing in that paper towel so I don't stamp over the stencil area. Mainly that is why that is. And I'm going to stamp that there. We're getting to know each other now, because this is getting better. This was first generation, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't care. It's turning out nice. Now, I just want some little text here. So what I do, I bend my stamp a bit like this. And I'm just going to roll that there and there. And that just gives it nice texture for that background. Okay, that is done. So that's all the stamping done. Just let me clean my hands a bit because they are a nightmare. Now, is this dry? Yeah, it's just needs a little bit more of heat. Sorry, guys. But the depth in that one, whoa, love that. It does, yeah. That's why I don't really mind it that much. It's a bit darker there in the corner, but here it's lighter. So yeah, it's cool. I love it. I love it. Okay, now let's give this a try, because that's gonna, yeah, die cutting from this is a bit tricky, but okay. I'm just gonna place the dies that I want to use on top of this, and I'm gonna do that a bit more economically. I want the yellow part, so I have some leftovers, because, well, what you don't need, don't throw it away, right? The butterfly, and that little text banner. Okay. I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. So this is a bit of a funny angle for you guys, but hey, it's got to be done, right? So this is not going well, is it? Oh, it was. Oh. Sorry. So how's everybody doing? Thanks, Els. Hi, Els. What is everybody doing today? Are you having fun? Ready for the weekend? Fun plans for the weekend? In the Netherlands, the weather is okay at the moment. Monday we turn back into fall with rain, and more rain. So that's that. Now, fingers crossed that it's cut. It is. So now I've got more to play with. That's pretty cool. Did you? Yeah. Okay. That's it. Now let me get my die pick. And I will just take everything out. So bear with me while I do that, because, as I said, because of the acrylic paints, it will stick a bit to your die, but it's not permanently stick. So you just need to work it in. And once you have a start, I said once you have a start, then you just need to find the right hole. Which one is it's this one. There we go, found it. Now I need to back this one up with a brown or a black, but I will get to that in a second. Just let me poke out the butterfly. That's an easier job to easier job to do. I mean, there we go. Look at that textured butterfly. Yummy. I'm just poking through the holes and sort of building it up like that, and then it comes out. There we go. So just a little one there. Just 2 more and then we're ready to go. Come on. You can do it. Why is that? There we go. Okay, this one is giving me a headache. It's because this is what you get for not completely emptying your die, David. Then it doesn't cut as deep. It's my fault, not the die's fault. There we go. I'm going to leave that in. So that is the last one. Yay! Did it. So that's for the vacuum cleaner more tomorrow. What I'm going to do, take that little dauber and just edge these because I don't want the white lines. And I just love this new color. I really think it's a pretty color for etching and grunging up things. So that's going to go there. Cool, right? And I love how that bluish tones, they stand out beautiful against the yellow from that stencil. So, there we go. No, we don't go, because I need to pick out the Y from here. And you know what? I'm not going to bother you with that, because I've got one, yeah, good enough, that I tried out. And so this one already has the black backing. Saves us some time. Right, now I want this one to go here with him there, and then these 3 go on here with this saying, happy place. I like this. I like the composition. Just thinking about that one. Just let me get out my treasure box. Yeah. Sorry, can't help myself. It's gotta go there. Okay, so let me start gluing things down. Now, since I've got these sponges here, I might as well use them to add some glue to the back of this. Like that. and like that, just overlapping, and then this one is going to go there, so might as well just do that. Just holding that so it can grab a hold. Put that on it. Now the butterfly, I'm not going to glue completely, I'm just going to glue the body. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Now this will take some time to dry, but... and put that on the butterfly, because I love the pen nibs. And this needs a bit of a thread, right? Let me have a look. Brown? Yeah, I think brown is fine. Just needs something. Thank you, Angelique. A pen nib. Van een vulpen, van een ouderwetse vulpen. The nib that's on the top. Oh, I've got tape behind this. So I want this to be right there. Like so. And then what I forgot earlier, but what I'm going to do now, is take my foundry wax, because I want some gold splatters on there. I'll shake this up well. Get a bit of alcohol on my block. Put in some drops. Take out my little splatter brush. Pick that up and just splatter on there. Now this is foundry wax. Foundry wax and me do not get along. It's up there with archival. Even lower than archival, I must say. I can't get it to work properly for what it's going to do, but for this, I think it's fantastic. Now it looks quite dull, you see? Now the pen nibs are now sold out, unfortunately, from Tim Holtz. But there are loads of, if you go to thrift stores or second-hand stuff, you can find them. Look what happens if you heat it. Splatters, they will shine. So for this, for splattering, I absolutely love that stuff. So let me clean this off. There we go. Right, so next I'm going to put this into my little journal and we call it a day. First I'm going to fold this, so just line up the corners. I said line up the corners. It's not that hard, David. You would think so. You would think that I've done this before, right? Why are you fighting me? There we go. There we go. Pressing it down. There's a lot of layers of paint on there, so. That's going to go right here. And there we have the finished result of today's life. I love it. I absolutely love this page. So yeah, cool, 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 cool. I'm happy with that, and I'm happy that I made a journal page again, because I was doing a lot of ADCs, which was fun. Don't get me wrong, I love doing the ADCs, but I needed to give my art journal some attention. So this is my play journal, and I just had some fun. Thank you everybody for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend ahead. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'd love to see you all soon for the next one. Don't know when that is, but you'll find out. Thank you for joining me, and have a fantastic evening. Thank you. Bye.